I'm happy for them. Both of them, like each other, and that's what.
Andy Reid began his press conference after the Kansas City Chiefs' second preseason game, this time against the Seattle Seahawks, by speaking from the heart about how much he admires Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift as a couple, saying he's genuinely happy to see Travis in such a good place, and that he really respects the happiness and positivity Taylor brings into Travis's life. Andy wished them both the best, made sure everyone knew how much he valued seeing one of his leaders, content and thriving off the field, then smoothly transitioned into the night's football story. He acknowledged that, even after facing the Cardinals in the opener, this second preseason contest had both bright spots and areas where the Chiefs clearly needed to do better, especially with too many penalties costing them crucial yards. The starters set the tone early and looked sharp in the opening drives, but Andy said the team's overall performance slipped after that, and the play got much too sloppy. Offensively, he pointed out, the Chiefs lost ground with unnecessary flags, and defensively, they allowed Seattle to move the chains due to avoidable mistakes, with a total of 10 penalties for 108 yards, which he called basically giving Seattle a solid rushing performance for free. Still, there were positives. Andy highlighted the young offensive line, noting that the new faces who rotated with the starters did a nice job in their first couple of series. Roland Wallace, wearing number 30, made a real impact with an interception and a fumble recovery on the opening kickoff, while Brownlee caught a nice touchdown on a fade route in the end zone. Tanyan was reliable with 3 catches for 49 yards. While Hicks had a beautiful pick, Baza racked up 6 tackles and seemed to be everywhere, and kicker Harrison Butker was rock solid, drilling a 58-yard field goal and handling kickoffs well. Andy fielded questions about Brownlee, emphasizing that he'd earned his time on the field, used his size well, and made positive plays, even when he wasn't getting targeted for catches. His routes were clean, and he deserved every snap. When asked about Patrick Mahomes, Andy said Pat knew ahead of time he'd just play a single series and there was no lobbying for more snaps. He appreciated how Pat stayed locked in from the sideline, joining other veterans like Travis Kelce and Chris Jones to support and coach the younger players, bringing positive peer pressure that Andy said helps the team grow. Next came an update on Bush, who suffered an Achilles injury and would need surgery, a tough setback since Bush had been performing well and is, in Andy's words, a great kid. Andy also talked about the offensive line, particularly Josh, saying he did okay. No yelling meant he did his job, and looked solid for his first appearance, working hard, never complaining, and building chemistry with Kingsley. Both of them, not missing a snap. Minshew, Andy said, managed the game well, made a great throw against a zero blitz, and even found the end zone with his legs. Royals, too, earned praise for his contributions on special teams and as a strong runner. Andy then opened the floor for more questions, ready to discuss the specifics of the game and the development of his roster. The environment around the Chiefs was buzzing, with football back and Kansas City fans eager to see how both the stars and the new faces would perform. Coming off their prior game against Arizona, the Chiefs entered their second preseason matchup against the Seahawks with clear goals: get starters and depth players valuable reps, test combinations, and build chemistry. Right from the opening kickoff, rookie Brazzard Smith made his mark by recovering a fumble, providing the Chiefs with excellent field position. Mahomes took the field at Seattle's 13-yard line and, with his trademark efficiency, directed a 2-play drive for the first touchdown, capped by Butker's extra point for a 7-0 lead. Seattle answered back with a methodical drive, but when Geno Smith looked to strike, second-year safety Jaden Hicks was there for an interception, giving the Chiefs another possession. Gardner Minshew came in for the next drive, leading 8 plays before a penalty on Trey Smith forced a punt. Still, Minshew picked up 19 yards on his first drive as a Chief. Seattle, despite penalties pushing them back, ended the first quarter threatening inside the Chiefs' 15. The second quarter began with a Seahawks field goal, chopping the Chiefs' lead to 7-3. Minshew responded by orchestrating a 9-play drive, getting help from tight end Robert Tonyan, and rookie wideout Jalen Royals then finished the series himself with a rushing touchdown. Butker's extra point made it 14-3. Bailey Zapp saw his first Chiefs preseason action in the second quarter, favoring short passes. But when he looked deep for Royals, Seattle's Darren Hall intercepted the throw. Chiefs defense allowed their first preseason touchdown to Emery DeMarcus, and, after the extra point, the lead shrank to 14-10. Before halftime, the Seahawks grabbed the lead at 17-14. The Chiefs responded quickly after halftime, with Butker drilling a 58-yard field goal to tie it at 17. The third quarter was a defensive struggle, and Kansas City tried to take the advantage on fourth down with Zappe's end zone attempt to undrafted receiver M. Delina, but the Seahawks intercepted him. Heading into the fourth, the score was still tied, Seattle had the ball, and the game was in the balance. The Seahawks scored first in the fourth quarter with a field goal, making it 20-17. Chris Oladokun came in at quarterback for the Chiefs and looked to get the team back in it, connecting with undrafted rookie Elijah Badger, but the drive stalled, and Kansas City was forced to punt. Seattle couldn't widen their lead, punting it back with just over 6 minutes left, but Kansas City couldn't capitalize as time ran down in a close preseason loss. The preseason wasn't just about the final score, though, especially for Travis Kelce, whose return to the field was eagerly anticipated by fans. Many wondered if this would be the start of his final campaign as an all-pro tight end. Travis brought his usual energy, dancing with Chris Jones before the game, his moves lighting up social media and bringing smiles to fans everywhere. Comments poured in. 13th season is going to be a damn good one. Vibes are immaculate. Look at those moves, silly goofy mood. There's always pressure on Travis, both internally as he pushes for one final run, and externally from fans and pundits who expect greatness. In his post-game assessment, Andy Reid was polite but honest about Travis's performance, expressing gratitude for his energy and leadership, his presence on the sideline, and the way he supports and guides young players. Still, Andy admitted, he hoped for a bit more sharpness and on-field impact from his veteran tight end. While Travis's blocking and effort were strong, Andy wanted to see more execution and results during game action. Yet he also highlighted Travis's importance as a mentor, setting the right tone and being vocal and supportive throughout the contest. The Chiefs' approach is balancing experience and youth, with rookies making plays and veterans leading by example as they work to build on strengths and correct the mistakes shown in the loss to Seattle. The preseason is about development, chemistry, and finding out who's ready to step up when it counts. For Chiefs fans, seeing the mix of rookies making their mark and legends like Travis Kelce still setting the pace is what keeps the excitement alive. The atmosphere is building as the Chiefs look for improvement and aim for another deep playoff run. Andy Reid's leadership, the presence of superstars, and the emergence of new talent all point toward another memorable year in Kansas City. As the preseason continues, every snap, every adjustment, and every lesson learned gets this team closer to their goal. For more insider moments, player updates, and behind-the-scenes stories from the Chiefs sideline, subscribe now and stay connected all season long.